He jumps, it's gone! Oh, run!
And the Sixers are going to win this game! Across the line, and the Flyers win the hockey game!
The Philadelphia Eagles have won Super Bowl 59. It's their
What's up, Philly fans? You're tuned into Around South Philly, where the passion's loud, the opinions are louder, and the love for this city runs deep.
It's Cole Betham with Danica and we got a great show for you today.
Getting right into it, it's the Wawa Run.
So you've ordered your hoagie, you're awkwardly waiting for your order, and someone tries making conversation. More often than not, that person's going to ask something along the lines of, "How about them birds?" Something like that.
This is what we'll tell them. The Eagles, my biggest takeaway from the recent games, this defense looked ridiculous, Cole. Would you like to elaborate?
The defense looked great. Jalen Phillips is a monster. And we held the Packers and the Lions to relatively low scores. It's the offense that's killing me.
Yes.
The offense.
I agree. I do have to mention, I overheard from someone, I was not able to watch a lot of this game, that there was a false start called on the Eagles during a tush-push that was supposed to be called on the Lions. The tush-push has been getting a lot of criticism lately. What do we think? Is it worth the trouble?
Learn to stop it.
Learn to stop it.
Gotta learn to stop it. So I need to talk about Kevin Patullo.
Okay.
He should not have a job next season. And we knew this for weeks, but now it's just annoying me even more as of late. I think I trust a little 8-year-old playing Madden to run our offense better. I think I trust those wackos calling it a WIP to run our offense better.
Wow.
You know, I think we should just have fans calling to the sideline and have them run plays, and I think it would work out just as well as Kevin Patullo's doing.
That's an interesting take. You heard it here, Philly fans. Cole's signing you to be an Eagles coordinator.
So, how are we feeling about the Flyers?
The Flyers are still looking really rocky recently. We have gone to our 8th overtime game. We are now 5-0-3 in overtime, but it's looking not terrible. Trevor Zegras is looking really solid in the shootout. I believe he is 16 for 24 in the shootout, but what I don't like is that we go to 3-on-3 hockey. It's 5 minutes. You should be playing to win in overtime. You shouldn't be drawing out the clock in 5 minutes to get to the shootout, which is what we're seeing a lot. They're holding onto the puck in their own zone for way too long. Just take a shot. It's not that hard. I'm so sick and tired of seeing the Flyers pass the puck. And it's not only evident in overtime, but it's also evident in their power play. You're in 5-on-4 hockey, and we're passing the puck. You're not going to you're not going to score a goal if you don't put it on net, and I'm getting really frustrated with them.
So what happened in the last week? I heard a lot of positivity, and now not so much.
I know I talk a lot of positives with this Flyers team. Again, it's really nice to see the fight, but we just dropped a really big game. Well, not really big game, but an important game for their reputation against the Dallas Stars. They lost the game 5-1, and they looked slow. They looked like a young team. But then you see them play these other teams, like the Panthers in the past, where they actually put up a fight. And it's really weird to find that balance of young team with quality athletes versus a playoff team. And I don't think we're a tank, but we're also not a playoff team. We're really hitting the middle of these standings right now, and it's going to take a couple more months, if not a couple more years, before we're Stanley Cup contenders. But how about the Sixers?
Joel Embiid's back to missing games. And, you know, a lot of people said we're better off without him. Maybe they were wrong. We're going on a skid here of losses. And Joel Embiid's my favorite player. He's been my favorite player for years. And I'll defend him until I die. We clearly need him still. This team is not the same without him. And really, that's all I care about with the Sixers right now. I'll say Tyrese Maxey is doing amazing, but I miss Joel Embiid, and that's all I have to say.
What's insane to me, I don't mean to cut you off, but from what I noticed is that Tyrese Maxey has had a lot of playing time recently. What is he averaging, about 40 minutes a game?
Something like that.
Do you do you fear for this team burning him out without Joel Embiid?
Well, I can't even predict. Joel might play and help him out a little bit. Paul George is supposed to come back eventually. I don't know if I want to rely on a rookie VJ Edgecombe just yet for that kind of role. And I don't know. I just can't predict I can't say how I feel when I know what the team even looks like next week.
So the Sixers and the Flyers are kind of in the same boat right now. Like, you have these upcoming players who have some potential, and then you have these older players. I'm thinking of Sean Couturier and Travis Konechny in this instance, where they haven't found that happy medium of both veteran status and rookie status.
Yeah.
And they're hot and cold most days, is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
But bright future ahead for Philly sports and basketball and hockey, personally.
I would say so.
I would believe. Let's go talk about the Phillies now. One player in particular, Bryce Harper.
The mustache.
He posted a picture, right? It was him who posted it? He's sporting a mustache now. Looks quite odd.
Yeah. I could make some jokes that are very mean, but I will not make them. I will not make them at all. How about them Phillies? How about that roster? How about free agency?
That brings us into our next segment. Should he stay or should he go? Obviously, we have to talk about Kyle Schwarber first. Obviously, we want the guy back.
Duh.
Is it realistic? Is it feasible?
I think we can bring him back.
Okay.
It depends on what we want. If we want to commit to old Trey Turner and old Bryce Harper, then, why not bring old Kyle Schwarber back too? We had a great season from him, an exceptional season, really, chasing Ryan Howard. So you can't say it's not the player, it's the money, it's the age. I want him back if we're going to keep trying to win.
Not only that, he's only a designated hitter. Don't you think this Phillies team could get, a younger player to play both the field and bat? You're paying him a lot of money to become a designated hitter. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be a pessimist here. I love Kyle Schwarber as much as the next person, but overall, he's not going to sign anything that's under 5 years. And I don't think that's feasible for the future of the Phillies.
Yeah, and it depends on who's our next designated hitter after that. I think Harper could maybe take that spot.
If he hits the batting cage. If he stops worrying about what's on his face and maybe takes a couple hacks. I don't know. I don't know. This older Phillies team, they have a lot of work to do to match the upcoming talent that we have.
Our next guy, another older guy, JT Realmuto. How are you feeling about JT?
Again, I love JT Realmuto, but for what it's worth, I think we have Rafael Marchand, right? Mm-hmm. Our backup catcher. He performed really well when he got his chance, and for what it's worth, he can bat pretty well. I think we could build him up to be like the next JT and then not have to pay him as much.
I didn't like what I saw from Marchand offensively. I think we need as much hitting as we can get if we want to go in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
He didn't impress me on offense. His defense, though, was great.
Yes.
That makes me say I want to keep JT around for another year or two and maybe give Marchand some starts every now and then like we've been doing. We have a whole staff of Cy Young caliber pitchers. I don't want to mess with that at all. Now, I did see Adley Rutschman is kind of on the board. So maybe if we get Adley Rutschman, I'm okay with losing JT. But we'll see what happens.
Agree with that.
Yeah.
The hottest take I might have to say is, can we give Garrett Stubbs another chance?
I'm on that train. I want Garrett Stubbs back.
If we're talking about catchers, I just had to talk about Garrett Stubbs. I love the guy, but he's always going to be a third stringer.
Unless JT leaves, we rock Marchand and Stubbs.
Maybe. So we just talked about behind the plate. Let's talk about where these balls are coming from. Pitchers, Ranger Suarez, Mr. Rager, I love you. It would be so terrible to see him go.
He's been with us forever, and I would hate to see him in another uniform, especially a Braves or a Mets uniform. I love that video of him dancing, just wanted to say that. He's going to get money. Like, he's going to be a
Absolutely.
good number 2 starting pitcher, I think, on majority of teams. And we have a guy like Painter coming up. We have Luzardo, we have Nola, and eventually Wheeler. So is Ranger Suarez a want, or is he a need?
Honestly, he might be in need in the bullpen. And we've had this discussion before where you don't see Ranger Suarez in the bullpen position. But his calm, cool, collected aura, if you will, is just so needed in this bullpen because we have bullpen pitchers who are so in their head and you can see them get on the plate and you're like, oh, here we go again. The Phillies are going to blow it in the 7th, in the 8th. I think seeing Ranger Suarez, the mentality of just the stone cold, let me just dish, that would be so nice in the bullpen. I know you don't like that idea. He's going to ask for more. He's not going to want that bullpen contract. But if they could negotiate with him and say, like, look, we need your presence in the middle of these games, I don't know. I think I would have a sigh of relief if Ranger Suarez was coming into the 7th.
That would be a luxury. I would love it, but I don't know. Got to see where we spend the money elsewhere. I think he's not. To me, he's not a priority. If we can get him back, and then I would love to have him, if it was possible.
Yeah, another guy on our list, Harrison Bader. What a traitor. I really thought he was starting to ride with Philly. I don't know if you saw his most recent post where he was like, Philly, like, that's my place, and then you declare free agency. I don't know. I think that's kind of sketchy. I don't know. I don't think that's very Philly of him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he looked great out there. As long as we can have something that matches him that isn't Johan Rojas, I would be okay with it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think he was someone I thought would be back for sure. But then I'm always someone who kind of looks at it from their perspective. And I looked at his stats, and it was one of his best seasons across the board
Because
on
he
so
beat
many
the Phillies.
stats. I mean, does the city matter if you're hitting the ball?
So he came from a terrible franchise. I'm not sure exactly which one it was.
Twins.
The Twins.
Twins.
They didn't even make the postseason. So you get to Philly, you have that postseason run, you prove what you got, and then you're going to sign a contract with another terrible franchise just because they're going to offer you more money. I don't know. That's what I don't understand about baseball is, like, personally, I would want to be on the team that's going to go somewhere.
But all those players, they prioritize different things. And if he says he prefers an extra couple $1 million over a winning team, and he thinks he's never going to get that money again, and he just wants to take it, I can't blame the guy.
I can't blame him, but I think it's kind of wrong. I don't know. Morally, I don't like it, but it's me.
Nick Castellanos, go ahead.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye. I don't want you to come back. I don't want to see you anymore. Automatic balls and strikes couldn't keep him from swinging at any junk off the plate. And I'm done. I don't want to see him anymore. I'm so done with Nick Castellanos.
Yeah, I'm going to miss him.
No.
Not on the field. Hold on. I'm going to miss the overly dramatic sliding catch, the random stupid quote in the press conference, and, the tragic home runs. He was a character, and I like that. But now, I watch back some of those pitches he's swinging at. You can't really justify it. So maybe
Because what is he swinging at?
Yeah. But I'm going to miss the guy.
I think I'm going to miss Liam Castellanos more than anything. Nick Castellanos just doesn't do it for me as an outfielder. He's much slower. They have to position him to constantly play the outfield one certain way. He doesn't adapt to anything, really, because he doesn't even adapt at the plate. I don't know. I think he's not worth our time. I don't see another team wanting to pick him up to match his contract in the slightest. So, honestly, we might get stuck with him for another year, and then maybe he just retires.
That's not. We mentioned the big fight with him and Rob Thompson over the season. I think that is going to be. I don't think it matters what we get for him. I think the people just want him out, no matter what.
But if we're talking about fights, then you'd have to let Bryce Harper go.
Yeah, but it sounded really bad. No one ever said what Nick Castellanos said in the locker room. Apparently, it was really bad. I don't know. No one's gonna know except them.
There would be no sweat off my back if I saw Nick Castellanos leave.
Max Kepler, I'll leave that one to you again.
Some might say, and I have no personal preference, that he looks better than he plays. From what I've seen online, is that the women like him for his eye candy, but I don't know. He came back during the postseason and performed decently. It'll be sad to see him go, but I don't know. It's kind of lukewarm for me.
I can't talk about his looks, but I knew at the start of the season I did not like watching him come up to the plate. He was awful. It filled me with dread to watch him walk up to the plate. And then he started hitting homers, and I had to eat my words for a bit.
Yeah.
Mid-season, end of the season, he started hitting normally, but I think I've just kind of hated him ever since he was not great at the beginning of it all. Even from the beginning, I didn't really want to give him a chance. I call him the reincarnation of Whit Merrifield, but slightly less bad. And in the same way, I compared Jordan Romano to the second coming of Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I have to mention, though, Max Kepler is in his 30s now, so he's older for a baseball player. We're seeing baseball players, I don't know, their tenure become much longer than what they used to be in the past. Maybe he signs for another year and then might announce his retirement. I'm not too sure.
Speaking of Jordan Romano, you want him back?
No.
What if it's May 2025 Jordan Romano?
No.
All-star Jordan Romano. What if you just fix him? He was a demon at one point.
There's no fixing him. There's absolutely no fixing Jordan Romano. Way too inconsistent. Way too in his head. Again, these bullpen players are so in their head that I don't know. He's not all-star caliber to me.
If baseball was a competition of letting up grand slams, though,
Jordan Romano
that's our
is
man.
your guy. He is your guy. Yeah. Speaking of awards.
Awards of the week.
Awards of the week. Would you like to kick us off?
I would like to start with the I apologize, I was not familiar with your game award. Trendon Watford. I didn't think he was going to be doing all that. Came in on like a $2 million contract, thought he was just going to be another backup, and he's putting up like a 20-some point triple-double. I wasn't seeing that coming. Joel Embiid said it reminded him of Ben Simmons, and now...
Is that good or bad?
See, now I'm conflicted. Joel kind of ruined that for me, but he was great. He was great in that one game against the Raptors, so I'll take it. Now, what do you got?
The premature Philly Hope Award goes to none other than you, Trevor Zegras, averaging about 1.5 points per game now, if I'm not too sure. A consistent goal scorer. Do they come majority from the shootout? Yes. But it's okay because the Flyers used to be really bad in the shootout. So yes, it goes to you, Trevor Zegras, for giving me hope. Will we be in the Stanley Cup playoffs this year? Probably not, but maybe next year. And right now, I'm okay with that, and I have hope. I have hope for this Flyers team, which has not happened in such a long time. We actually win in the shootout. That never happens. So yes. And for our last award, Cole, would you like to do the honors of presenting it?
I will present it. Thanks for the idea.
Yes, I did come up with this one.
The Sorry Nobody Considers You a Philly Sports Award to the Philadelphia Union.
They made it to the playoffs. I really don't know what they did, but you're in Chester, so whether or not you're doing good, this is around South Philly, and you're not in Philly. So kudos to you, but we're not really sure what you do.
I would offer a comment, but I have nothing to say.
Exactly. So we're going to zoom into next week. We've got to know our destination. This is the SEPTA Sports Stop.
Similarly to the Wild Wild Run, you're waiting for your bus, and someone is going to try and spark up some Philly sports conversation, because what else will we talk about? And we're just going to tell them what's coming up, what's happening around South Philly. This will cover the happenings between November 17th and November 24th.
The 76ers, they're your team. I'll let you take this one.
All right. Clippers, Raptors, Bucks, Heat. I think we split this stretch going 2-2. Predicting this is hard. I kind of touched on this earlier. We don't know what the team's going to look like. I know the Clippers and Bucks had some guys sitting out lately, so maybe we can knock them guys off. I think if we just go 500, I'm okay with it.
The Philadelphia Flyers, Thursday, November 20th against the Blues. They were the team that they just faced in the shootout. I would like them to see in regulation. Cole, here on our notes, you have Wells Fargo Center. This is no longer the Wells Fargo Center. This is Xfinity Mobile Arena. Yes, the Flyers are playing at home. Again, Saturday, November 22nd against the New Jersey Devils at 7 o'clock at home, once again at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Monday, November 24th against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Honestly, my personal non-Philly team. 7 p.m. away at the Amalie Arena. And then we have our Birds.
Cowboys. Christmas is coming up. Cowboys defense already in the giving spirit because they just keep giving away touchdowns. And so all I'm going to say, Kevin Patullo, this is your shot. That's it.
All right, that is going to do it for Around South Philly this week.
Be sure to check out New Press for all things Newman Sports. And what do you got?
This week, Game Time, a shot tomorrow, hopefully posted on Wednesday or Thursday. This is your broad sports talk that I contribute in. It's one of 3. Also got a couple radio shows here on campus, No Name Nonsense on Wednesdays, and Rise and Shine on Mondays.
We will see you next week. Stay loud, stay loyal, stay Philly.
Woo! Go Birds.
Go Birds.